Republicans and Hexicans unite. This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we're doing our best to bridge the gap between our entrepreneur friends and the best damn crypto community around. Pulse Chain, how are you guys doing today? It is Friday. I'm feeling fine. I hit the gym, and man, it feels good to be alive. That's what it really is all about. It's just blessed to be here to be able to provide value to our fellow brother, fellow sisters, and our family, and then come along this crypto journey and create absolutely mad wealth, right? That's the whole plan. That's the whole journey that we are all on together. And so sorry about the time there. I was trying to start the show like 30 minutes ago, and then our Friday morning meeting ran over an hour. It's like, geez, I got to keep changing the time of the show because my meeting keeps going longer and longer. And so here we are, though. We are here. We're feeling good. And today, I guess they're having some SEC roundtable. Who knows what the hell that means? They've already had one of these before. I think it was a big giant nothing burger. But they're having another SEC roundtable today behind closed doors. So we'll see what kind of information unfolds and comes out of this SEC roundtable. Would be nice if they came out of there and said, hey, any open cases we have with crypto founders that's not fraud, we dismissed. We're just letting go, and we're going to go on our merry way. That'd be nice to see. That'd be very productive. But I don't always get what I want, and so we'll just sit back and see what really comes out of that. So, but good news is, guys, we are kind of green on Pulse Chain. We've been doing quite well since I feel like we front run the market like 3 weeks ago when Mr. Old Rackham sold half his bag. We front ran the market. We sat down at these levels, and now we're kind of pumping a little bit this morning. But let's take a look at the secret chart. I haven't looked at it today. Let me see if I can bring it up before I click over. I want to see exactly how are we doing and making sure we're at the right place at the right time. This is interesting. Yeah, let me share my screen. This is very interesting. Once again, guys, we are just in a movie, and it's up to us to play our role. But look at this. Man, that is crazy. We went down extreme FUD. This is the PDI exploit. This circle here is PDI exploit. That is like, it is crazy how PDI exploit was bigger FUD than the SEC attacking Richard. That's right. PDI exploit is bigger FUD to the community and gets people to sell more versus SEC exploit or SEC targeting Richard. That's insane to me, at least as far as the value that it dropped against ETH. Right now, the amount of like the volume it dropped, probably more on the SEC side of things, but still, it's just crazy to me. And so we smashed through that SEC level. And then we bounced back. I thought we were going to stay in the channel for a while, but it looks like we're coming out of the channel. Let's put the candles on. Look at that. We'll see what we close on Sunday. If we close Sunday above this channel, dude, that's extremely effing bullish, because then we can create some support up here, some market structure, and finally we've established, in my opinion, a new paradigm. So once again, this is that manipulation, kind of like if you look at the Wyckoff patterns, it's like that last manipulation spring zone, if you will, all from stupid PDI FUD, right? And this could be the big shift. So kind of very interesting. I mean, I love the secret chart, what it's telling me right now. Keep things simple, guys. Once again, this is Pulse measuring ETH terms on the weekly. That's all I need to know. I don't need any more data than that. And that's it. And I mean, obviously, the only other data I would need is like, how is Bitcoin doing as a whole, and how is Ethereum doing? That's it. That's all you need to know. If you know those things, then you know you could put the rest together. That's it. So, but Pulse looking good. in general. Let's put it on the daily. That's the 4-hour. Oh, that's a good W on the daily. So we're forming a nice W with a higher low. Good market structure. I would love to see it on the weekly, but the weekly is going to take a lot more time. But look, it's already starting to play out of the weekly. So maybe, we do something crazy like this and come up and touch this area. This is the wick low pulse chain launch. And then we come down, make a higher low, and then we break through. That's the kind of structure I would love to see happen on the weekly. Now, that takes weeks, of course. But the fact that we're seeing that on the daily already is a beautiful thing. Let me get rid of this. You guys, my TA is so horrible, right? Remove. Boom. There we go. And see, you can see the W here. Boom, boom, higher low and going. You can also put in the line chart. Line chart tells you too. So that's awesome. A lot of bullish momentum, a lot of stability. Guys, these are, once again, I know you've heard me say it millions of times, but like, these are it, I think. Rackham sold half his bag. We are here. SEC is coming out saying, hey, we're stopping our war on crypto. We saw that. They're doing some behind closed door shit. This 10 more days or 9 more days, we'll know about the amendment. Like, this is it, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's very fascinating. This is going to be the time of our lives. And especially if you own most, man, I'm the mostest with the mostest. I love this coin just because I'm biased because I own some bags. What are you going to do when you own some bags? I mean, the weekly is just not enough data. It's just going sideways in the week. Look at that. That's crazy. But on the daily, yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see if this is a higher low. Let's see if this can pop back up above that. That'd be great. That'd be great. Only because I'm the mostest with the mostest. That's it. Fucking meme coins. That's that and Solid X are my 2 biggest meme coin holdings. Still have my Solid X bag, even though the price is wrecked. It's $8. Whatever. They're building that project, the casino, which will be launched on all the different blockchains. I'm super stoked for that. That happens, and I'm here for it. So, and yeah, it'd be fun. It'll be fun to see. Owning Solid X is like owning shares in a casino once that launches. And I have all the utmost support and faith in, the Randy Hilarski, the Firewell, the No Permissions, and that whole team and those guys over there and what they do. They're just good people, good hearts. And so, yeah, I feel like that part of the ecosystem will do well. But when ETH finally catches a bid against Bitcoin, when ETH catches a bid against Bitcoin, Pulse Chain can catch a bid against ETH. And then once that happens, all these other things can come to fruition and start flourishing at a very high level. But we need the domino effect, right? And so the fact that Trump paused tariffs for 90 days, that's why we're seeing some kind of stability in the market. We'll see what happens next, right? There's always a what's next. It's been quite the wild ride right now, but there's always a what's next, and it's coming. Remember, too, guys, the M2 money supply, us catching up to that is at the end of the month. I've shown that chart multiple times on the show. But at the end of the month, we see Bitcoin catching up to the M2 money supply, and that's when things really start going parabolic. So it'll be interesting to see. So April is your maybe the last chance of DCA. Or forever hold your peace. I don't want to ever hear anybody cry and say, hey, I would love to get Pulse again at 4 zeros too. Shit. You had plenty of time. I don't want to hear it. Or 403 or even like that's where that wick low where the last support was at. Like you guys had plenty of time, so I don't want to hear any crying once it goes. That's it. I don't want to hear any crying. You got plenty of time. We've been down here in these freaking lows for a freaking year. RH created the stable coin. It's called Pulse Chain. But no one saw that one coming. Shit. All right. Let's go to the chat and we're going to drop the link for the show if you guys want to come on. I can't stay on too long today. I got to hop off here in about 30 minutes. But if you want to come on, say hi, have a quick conversation about anything health, anything wealth, anything money, anything crypto, I don't give a shit what it's about. Come on in and say hi. Let's talk it up. But let's see what you guys got to say in the chat. Belgium Hectic, good morning from Texas. Let's go, Texas. I'll be out there, I think, in a month for an oil and gas event. We don't have our tickets booked yet, but if we're out there, obviously we'll be talking to all those guys about crypto. So the whole point we're going out there. We got some friends who are in oil and gas. And so it'll be one of our first events that we've ever been to where it's non-real estate related. So it'll be fun. Rascal, oi, my man, you in China? I think you're in China, right? You're out in Hong Kong having that caterpillar soup. When I'm at Fork, bro. When I'm at Fork, I'll have some caterpillar soup with you. That's about it. Hit the likes, smash the subscribe. Come on. Hit the bell notification. Help the algorithm. Let's go. Let's have it go. Catching you live at work. Let's go. Make that money, man. It's your last opportunity to DCA. April is AKA DCA month. That's it. Last opportunity. Get it in. Go out there. Provide more value to your community for you can make more money and 100x your effing life. Norbert, there you go, man. What's up, brother? I see you in the green room. We're going to bring you up here in 2 seconds so we can chit-chat about what's going on. And here he is for the tech, Mr. Fast Abdul. I'm here for the gains. You build the tech. I make the gains. I like that relationship. He is in China. Holy shit. What up, bro? Man, how's it out there? You in Hong Kong, man? You having a good time? I leave what, month and 3 weeks? Shit. It's coming up quick, man. And then here's another one from Thailand. Let's go, man. You're out there. 1 hour difference from me when I'm in Shanghai. So it'll be fun. I'll be out in Shanghai for 2 months. But good evening from Thailand. I think it's 11 p.m. if I'm not mistaken, your time. Fast Abdul, you do not know Chinese, bro. I'm gonna bring my wife in here, and she'll put the smack down because she knows Chinese. I'll have her read what you said. I'm sure it was nasty. 10 days to glory. Sign the petition and help your bags. Yeah, guys. If you didn't watch the show yesterday, I had Sergey on. Absolute banger of a show. Go watch it. He started the petition to investigate the SEC. About all the chaos that's just been happening there, attack on human rights, attack on crypto, everything. And so go sign that, man. It costs nothing to do it. And he's doing all the work. And they'll send it in to the new SEC chairman and also, get it around, right? Get it around to the powers that be that might be able to prevent this kind of bullshit from happening and actually protect investors from real scams. That'd be nice. What about the real scammers? God bless, man. What is going on out here? Got my bags, pump it, let's go. And Franklin, let's go, man. You on the island, bro? Let's hang out, dude. If you're on the island, let's do it, dude. You build the tech, I make the gains. Yeah, dude. Like that's what Fast Abdul wants to do, man. I'm gonna make the gains. You can build the tech, and I'll have fun doing it too, man. Change my family's life. No caterpillar soup yet. I had steak and snails for dinner, bro. Man, that is disgusting. I like the steak part, not the snails. I would try it. I try anything once. I will. Like when I was out in Philippines, I had balut, and I had insects, in Korea, I had dog. I try anything once, but it doesn't mean I like it. Like I hate dog. I've never had dog again. It's disgusting. It's salty and it's just disgusting. And I'm sure snails would be slimy and disgusting too. So, not for me. But on that topic,
Hi.
bring up Norbert. What up, bro, man?
Hey. You okay, Corey?
I am, dude. I'm blessed, man. I'm feeling good. Went to the gym.
Nice.
Pumped. It's Friday. And Paul Shane's at a bottom, and we're running sideways with a little bit of pump today. And I think, man, this is it. I think 3 weeks. I think M2 money supply catches up here in May, like we've been shown on the show multiple times. I can't take credit, guys. That's Collins Talks Crypto, who is the one who made that chart, who takes credit for the data. I don't take any credit for the data. I always support the data, and I believe in the data. So we're almost there, bro. Last chance at DCA.
Yeah, I hope so because I really want to write that resignation letter, man. I know every time I'm bugging you with that thing is like.
If you made 100x this cycle, would you quit?
100x? Well, from now or from the money I put in?
From now. Market don't give a shit about the money you put in.
From now.
Market only cares about from now.
Yeah. I could do it from now as well. Yeah.
Could you do it
now? It's really difficult. I don't know how you do it, guys, because D-Bank.
would you? That's the question. Like, yes, there's
I
a
would.
point
I would
of like,
100%.
hey, I have enough money in my
100%.
bank. I have enough money in my bank to like live the rest of my life. But like,
Nah, it
what are you
wouldn't
gonna
be
do?
enough to.
Like, what
It
would you go
wouldn't
out
be
and do?
enough to.
Would you create
It's
a
interesting
business?
question. You're saying,
Yeah.
a consultancy business I would start, because my friend
Okay.
is saying I'm good with people. I have good communication skills. And she's saying I'm quite talented. But I said, she's here, it's amazing. And I said to her, I said, listen, if you want to do these sort of transitions in your life, I tried once. You need at least, I would say, between 100 to 200,000 pounds or euros or whatever. I don't know about the US, what's your living expense and stuff
They're
like that.
they're they're getting very close right now.
But
Apparently.
buying really close, yeah, exactly. So you need that sort of money on your bank account in order to 6 months. You need to rest a little bit after you quit your job, and you prepare yourself, fill up with positive memories and energy. Then you start the transition itself, set up the things. Then you start doing the actual thing. And after you set everything up, I would say between 3 to 6 months, you can expect some decent income to come in, which would support you and your family. So if we
Yep.
talk about 1 year worth of living expenses to be set on the side on top of your
That's correct.
emergency savings. So that's what I'm saying. Like 100 to 200,000, you need at least in order to make such a big jump. And right now, when I look at my crypto portfolio, it's like, oh, the only thing I can do is cry and nothing else. But yeah, let's see.
That's about accurate. You
But
want a
how
good
do you do?
year.
What I wanted to ask you, how do you do this? Because the D Bank removed all the tokens, so I don't even know what I have now and what
Go
other
to
options
Fatty.
we have to check. Which
Go to
one?
Fatty. It's Fatty
Yeah,
IO.
I
It's
know, but I like D Bank because when you put in your address, it was giving you everything, how the farms
they
are
don't
doing,
they
how.
don't support us no more. It's just like it was, a year ago, or a year and a half ago. All we had was Fatty. Yeah, Fatty.io, and all we had was like
True, true.
MetaMask or like these other. Yeah, so I'm still using Rabby. I use Rabby every day. I just add in my tokens manually, and I add the RPC settings. You can go to gorealdefi.com, add your RPC setting in the Rabby, and then I add the tokens. But I don't care about looking my balances in there. And so you just click in the Fatty if you want to get an estimate of your balance. I know Fatty's not the most, it's not the greatest. It's very clunky and it's slow. That's why I don't like it. I like DBank better because DBank was fast and it was like sharp. Like it was like boom, boom. Give me the data. Like, I mean, I knew exactly what I had, but Fatty's just, I don't know what the problem is. But it works. It
Oh,
works. And so
we
go ahead.
also talk with my friends about how to go forward, because some of them like, oh, I don't hear from Richard, what's going on? And I'm like, mate, do you want Richard to start streaming? Then you can have your 2 free X on your freaking $2,000 investment. Like, it doesn't work like that, mate. Like,
I
unfortunately,
mean, he's on Twitter
it's not.
almost every single day. I mean, like,
Yeah, but YouTube has a more powerful hit, because yeah, I'm not
oh,
even
for
on
sure.
Twitter anymore,
I agree.
like.
Oh, I
But
agree, man.
but
Yeah.
after I had this discussion with 3 or 4 individuals about crypto in general, our portfolio, our investments, and all these things, one idea hit my brain. If push chain, and it is the guy I wanted to mention him. So on push chain, the creators like Fast Abdul, like Dylan, uh, what's his name? I forgot.
We got a bunch of them. You got
Hexy
KG.
Bastard, like
Yeah, yeah,
KG,
Hex Pass.
What
all
did they
these
make?
guys. If they would
Yeah,
if they would be
yeah.
smart, in my opinion, what
They're
they
not
would do
smart.
is no. Okay. Sorry, I said the wrong way. If they would see the potential, what I'm trying to say, that it would help them significantly reach out to more people and create adoption, which they can't even dream of. And hear me out. This is my idea. Let's say I'm sure each of them has a budget, certain budget, what they would spend on marketing, this and that. Like I'm sure they have a bit of spare cash here and there. Yeah.
Some
My
do, some
opinion,
don't.
probably no. Trust me, I'm sure they have. At least each of them has $5,000 to $10,000 as a spare money. Yeah, I'm sure they would have if they would dig really deep. And it's kind of like an investment. So what they should do is create a robust website similar to GoDealDefi.com, but like 50 times better. Yeah. Much more sleek. Everything is on one place. All the YouTubers, for example, in one section, education, entertainment, DeFi, meme tokens, whatever, push chain, everything, hacks, the staking, I can't speak English today. Crispy man, with all the data, like about hex staking, Frank, his wisdom, about life and stuff like that. Imagine what sort of website we could do, which if you visit, everything would be there, and any investor, even if they're not that savvy about crypto and stuff like that, they would find every single thing on one place. Wallet could be connected to that site, all the tokens, all the price chart, everything. And it wouldn't, trust me, even $3,000 each or $5,000 each, if they would chuck together, even if I have to, I would chuck in like $500. I don't care, if someone would make this happen. But in order to achieve something, I learned that in Hungary, for example, our government, the reason why our government is in power right now, because the main guy, he had such a strong connection with his friends and, like business partners, that they only had one vision, one goal, and everyone was supporting it. And they were working towards, not like, oh, I'm going to do it later. Oh, screw this guy. I don't want to do anything, whatever. That's why they are successful. And every empire, if you look at, or every sort of strong organization like Tesla, for example, the reason why they are there where they are, because they just put the time and effort, consistency, and stuff like that. So yeah, that would be my idea for pushing. I think that would give us like a massive hit in the back, because that's
I
the
think
biggest problem, man.
Go
Where are we gonna
Pulse
go?
was
How?
supposed to be something like that initially.
I know, but buddy, trust me. Like I said, I used to work with agents and consultancy people who are like on the highest level when it comes to like car dealerships and stuff like that. And what I learned from them, I haven't seen on any. It's nice try. Don't take me wrong. It's like a tremendous amount of effort to put into these things. But these days, if we want to stand out from the crowd, like I said, that website has to look like $1 trillion. Yeah, like everything smooth, seamless, fast, looking good, whatever. So if it takes like 6 months to build it, then takes 6 months to build it. If it takes like 100 grand to build it, then use the 100 grand, collect 100 grand and build that thing, and then adoption would happen. Other than that, they all just praying, oh, Richard, please come back and say something on YouTube. So then our bag's going to pump. It doesn't work like that, man. Like it's just, no.
It's
not
really
feasible.
hard to get consensus between groups to get money for that, Norbert. Like probably the closest we've seen is like, okay, we got GoPulse and things like that. Liquid Loans actually made 2 websites. One's General Crypto Appeal. I can't remember the name of that one off the top of my head, but they made another one called GoPulseChain.com that is very similar to GoPulse in many respects. So like, if there were guys that could do it, I'm gonna find their General Appeal website. It's pretty slick. We know they have the money, but like you need like a centralized entity like that, because you're not gonna get an agreement between the 9-inch team and the Fux team and all the big Power City whatever on, okay, we're all putting 400 grand into this website, right? You need a single entity.
But that's the problem, everything just going down 9 inch as well. I mean, come on, man, how much lower the price is gonna go? And then now Money Gang is not even in the team anymore. And I'm like, why Money Gang is not in the team? He was like such a positive dude to be your ambassador, like your
teams like that. That's not uncommon. Like look at Power City.
But the problem is that because these things happens because of the ego, like it doesn't happen because Money Gang didn't wake up at 9 a.m., and then he was late 5 minutes. It doesn't happen like that. It's because of the ego. No, I know better. Now we do it differently and stuff like that. Yeah. That's fine.
Well, Money Gang probably has an ego too, right? He's a pretty chill dude, but like,
yeah, we all have. Yeah, we all do.
Well, man, people change, man. I mean, what our ethos that we might align on today might not align tomorrow. It doesn't mean that we hate each other or we're not friends. It just means that we have different goals and go in different directions. It doesn't mean that we're necessarily bad people at all. It happens all the time in marriages and in best friends, and people they just turn into different people and they have different goals in life, and they separate and go their different ways. It doesn't mean that I mean, sometimes they hate each other, of course. There is that. But it doesn't always have to be that way. Money Gang and Hexy Bastard, I don't know what the scenario is, but they could still be friends. I don't know, right? It doesn't mean that maybe he got tired of doing all the work and he just wants to live his life and be an investor. He doesn't want to be an ambassador. I could see that. I would not want to be an ambassador. Fuck that. I got to go out there and promote every 10 minutes on air. Like Fast Abdul is a great ambassador for the stuff that he builds because he's on every effing show promoting and doing his thing and great and just kind of being the guy who beats the drum, Pulse Train as a whole. Dude, I wouldn't want to fucking do that. It's a lot of work, man.
But that's why if you share the workload, then you know, like fast is
3 streams a week, and I'm good, man. Like sometimes 4 or 5, but like 3 a week, man, an hour at the max, and then I'm like, peace, guys. You guys can go and that's it, man. It's a lot of work, bro. It is a lot of work. It's not easy.
Especially at the times a lot of people stream. I mean, I'm one guy who I'm a morning person, and usually after 9 o'clock at night, I'm not getting on.
You're like, nighttime. No way. I got a one time Fast Abdul text me. He's like, hey man, Sami's on I can't remember what's his Wolves. He's like, Sami's on Wolf Street. And I'm like, oh, I literally got out of bed. I was in my freaking boxers and I had to get dressed. I'm like, what am I even doing? I'm going down here to turn on the stream. Just because I wanted to stream with Sami. But like, yeah, it's just, dude, I'm done. Like at nighttime, I've got my daughter. We're having dinner. We're reading together. We're practicing math. Like, we're doing the things that, father, daughter do. And nothing interferes with that usually. Like there's every once in a while, of course, but it's just part of my priority. I love crypto, but it's not the top of my life. It's just, it's up there, but it's not the top.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, before I forget about it, Norbert, I like the goatee, man. It suits you.
The what? Sorry.
Your goatee.
This thing.
No, your mustache, your beard,
that too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it neat every day.
Yeah, it's
every
nice.
day.
Yeah. Thinking about everybody's conversation beforehand, you were talking about 100x, or would you be happy with that from here? I think probably a benchmark. I heard this number. NFL players try to hit $3 million, and that's they're set for life. So that may be a benchmark for some people to hit this $3 million in this cycle or in their crypto cycle, so that they can live off that for their lifetime. Just thinking out loud to add to that, it is a minimum, so yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I like taking whatever your yearly expenses is that your lifestyle is now. You can take that and multiply it by 20 and see what that does. That way you have 20 years of living expenses, which should, if you wanted to just live off your bag, your what you cashed out, you could do it. Or that's definitely enough dry powder to start a business and at least maybe reinvest in the next bear market, right? Come back in and buy the bottom of the next cycle. And so there's a lot of options there. If you make 20 times your living expenses, and then not just yours, you got to consider like for me, right? Like I'm the breadwinner in my family. Like I got me, my wife, and my 2 daughters. So I got 4 of us I got to think about. And I'm living out in Puerto Rico. And it's like, what is that total nut? What is the total nut for a year for all of us? And that's how I got to base it off of. It's not just me, right? Like I can live under a fucking bridge, man, to be happy. But my wife, not so much, right? Or my 3-year-old, there's no way she's gonna live under a bridge. And so it's different for everybody. But that's how I like to think about it, is like, okay, what do I because I live a pretty good life too. So I'm like, if I could keep my lifestyle like this and I got 20 times this amount in my bank, all right, that's a pretty good place to be in. In life. You got a lot of optionalities now.
Yeah. So
what's going on with you, Fast Abdul? Anything new? Anything brewing?
Oh no. I'm getting tired of my old age. I think I'm gonna slow down.
I don't believe that shit, man.
Before I do that, We got the upgrades for ink printer coming. A new farm on 2Fucks and Fucks was just launched for that. Soon we'll have the liquid staking contract. I have the code already. We're checking it out. So you'll have a liquid staked print token. And we're actually working on that with the Power City team directly. So if it works for ink printer, there's a good chance you'll see the same concept rolled out into Earn and Flex. So the forks of liquidity for Hex and Pulse X, right? So I think that'd be cool if we can make these stablecoin protocols on Pulse Chain be like deflationary instead of inflationary. They're not technically inflationary, but more tokens come out. But if we can make it, literally be deflationary and buy itself forever, it could really change how well these liquidity forks work on Pulse Chain, which would be good. Fix the money, fix the world, right?
That's it.
Hey, Pat,
especially with the incentive tokens that you guys got there. Well, I would love to see those pump. I would love to see that pump. I would love to see the print token pump. I still have a bag. I haven't sold my bag. I'm not participating in the print protocols much anymore, but I still have a bag of the print. So,
yep.
What are you
we're going to build a machine that buys it forever. That's the concept, right? So every time ink is issued through redemption, every time ink dollars are issued when somebody makes a vault, part of that is going to go to buy the print token and lock it in the protocol forever, which will fuel the next time to buy more, right? Like we've seen tax tokens and all that kind of stuff on Pulse Chain, but this thing has an engine. So there's a difference, right?
Do you think fast that somebody could recreate a Rabby wallet on Pulse Chain, or get close to it, or KG could modify it? I don't know.
Yeah, Internet Money Wallet. Yeah.
Internet Money Wallet will keep making changes. Like it's a dynamic thing, right? But like to recreate Rabby / recreate DBank, right? Like we're talking like millions of dollars and lots of time, right? So if anybody could do it, I put my money on KG and Don, right? That team. But it's like, this is not a weekend project, and I get nervous about new wallets, right? Like when somebody pops up with a Rabby clone and it's like, like you really want to check that out before you.
I know, right?
So the trust is one thing.
The DBank thing for knowing what your balances are was so handy. It'd be nice to have some.
There's a connection there, right? Like Rabby was pulling the data that you saw on DBank, like so you could see your balances in Rabby. So it's like you kind of would have to go full circle to provide the same experience. Like it can't just be like pieces to actually do that.
Is this true? Is Pulse Wallet a fork of Rabby? Is it a copy?
I'm not sure if it's a fork of Rabby or not, but I know of this Pulse Wallet.
That I've heard. I mean, I've seen it on X, right? Like I don't have it downloaded. I've never used it, so that's why I'm wondering if it really is just it's a fork, because that's interesting if it is.
Well, that's good. I mean,
without the DBank component, you don't get all the bells and whistles, right?
Yeah, this is Pulse Folio is a good. I've been to that site. There you go. Also, Norbert, for viewing your portfolio, like what Fatty does. Pulse Folio is another one that you can go and just do a view for like balances, and it works really well.
Okay.
I tried that, and it's nice.
But you see, the more we talk about things, the more of these weaknesses coming up. We don't have a proper wallet, we don't have a proper site which would show the prices. Okay, fair enough, we have Fatty, but like I said, we need something more advanced. I would like to see my farms, like any. And
I think Pulse Folio shows that.
Until the significant
work. Like, look at Fatty, look at Pulse Folio, and look at like, okay, Rabby left Pulse Chain. Why did Rabby leave Pulse Chain? I could see it being a combination of things, but there's a good chance the main reason was actually financial. Like, I want to say it's because like they didn't like the PI scam and all that kind of stuff. But like, how much money were they making off of Pulse Chain? So if somebody else does all this work, how much money can they make off of their work? So like we already have Fatty, right? And like that's run by the Fox team. It's good because it shows the Fox pools and stuff like that. They're going to upgrade to incorporate 2FUX and all the liquidity forks probably. I'm talking to them about that, but definitely 2FUX will be there in full. But like, how much money do they make for doing that work, right? Versus how much it costs them. And the more users they get, the more it costs. They'll need to upgrade their servers, all these things. So unless you can monetize the model, there's very little incentive to like literally throw $1 million into fixing this problem. Right?
That's why I said the founders and the creators of PoolChain need to do these things, because it's like you need to reinvest in your business. If Elon would have stopped reinvesting in his business, and Tesla and all these other businesses wouldn't be at the place where he is today. Like, it's just simple. It's just because he created a car, he didn't stop there. He was keep putting the money back and make it better. So.
There's too many egos. To have like one team do a part of the job to suit their product is one thing, but that have them to encompass everything.
Okay, I was thinking about this, what you said at the beginning. So then why don't we do something like Wikipedia, yeah? And we do it like Pulsepedia. And then whoever wants to add something to that website, they can do it at their own leisure time. You don't have to work on it all the time. You don't have to put a tremendous amount of money. But if you want to add something useful function to that site, because like I said, no one's going to take us seriously until we have a proper presentation. Even Ivan on Tech, he was laughing at us. People are like needy, man. They commenting on his video like, oh, talk about PoolChain, please. And he was like, here's another one. He wants me to talk about PoolChain. What do you want me to talk about? That is lost 90% of its value since the first investors. And he was saying that I was one of them, then what do you want me to talk about? It is a kind of like a dead chain. It's 2 years on and then not much going on with it. So in order to get out of this frame, let's say that we are framed in this category, we need to do something about the presentation and the ease of use, because all these things you're mentioning,
we don't need all that stuff. We need green candles. That's it.
I agree with Fast. It's just a lack of green candles.
I understand that, buddy, but you're jumping one step ahead. Green candles happens if the guy who wants to spend his money knows how to get there, knows which door to open, where to put the money and stuff like that. Green candle is not gonna accidentally land on PoolChain somehow if you don't even know how to start at the first place.
We know a guy who could make it land, right?
Yes. And when Ethereum goes, PulseChain goes too, almost automatically, because there's over 300,000 Ethereum in 2 different wallets that likes to buy our stuff. Literally, everyone forgets about that. All we need is Ethereum to go. Like, the only thing we're waiting for on right now in the market, period, in the story, is waiting for ETH. That's it. ETH at fucking $1,400, dude. What do you think PulseChain's gonna be doing right now? Dick squat when ETH is at $1,400. You don't matter what kind of building you or what kind of website you have or presentation or PowerPoints or whatever, or if you got a dancing monkey on the screen, it doesn't matter. Dude, no one's buying shit when ETH is $1,500 and Bitcoin's $70,000. It's just not going to happen, right? And Trump's doing all these tariffs and all the FUD that's in the macro world. It's just not going to happen. And so, like, we need ETH to go. That's the magic sauce. It really is. Once that goes, it is over. Pulse, in my opinion, not financial advice, guys. I never get financial advice on the show. This is what I do with my money. You can do what you want with your money. You can go buy stocks and bonds, right? Like Sami always says. But I know and believe when ETH goes, it's over for PulseChain. PulseChain will fucking moon. But we need.
But then again, we are again a needy. We need something else to work in order for us to work. It doesn't. It's like we need Richards to stream. We need Ethereum to go high, and then we're gonna go.
You need Bitcoin to go. For Bitcoin to go, you need the macro stock market to go. You need Trump to stop doing tariffs. You have all these things that ladder all the way up. Like, that's just how markets work. It's just all one big giant Ponzi effect. You have one domino effect, and that's how it works. And it's all cyclical, 4 years based off of the fucking global liquidity. That's it.
Okay.
It's so
let me say one more thing, and then I shut up. There is tremendous amount of money on the market. I've been trading in the last 2 years. Dow Jones, it used to move about 600 points a day on a very, very strong day. Now everyone is saying, oh, fuck Trump, this guy is just talking bollocks and causing all this madness. Man, since he came into power and since he's actually doing things, now the Dow Jones is moving. Yesterday it moved 3,300 points, 5 times more than before. So trust me, there is money out there, but the money, people, especially who has money, do you think that they're gonna go on like different Twitter pages and like, oh, can you help me please to somehow find my way to push in because I would like to invest some money? No, they come and they're like, oh, okay, this is what I need to do. Oh, okay, that is what I need to connect. Ease of use.
But I would argue we don't need
really
that.
need, because
We just
otherwise
don't
the
need
green
that.
candle is not gonna find us. The money, the dough is not gonna
They
come
will
to
find
us.
us once there's green candles, and the green candles comes from ETH going.
But buddy,
That's it.
I haven't purchased any crypto in the last
And even at this
1
point-
year.
Even to this point here, we need that. Yeah, this is just how crypto works as a whole. It doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to get AVAX to go. You're not going to get Sonic to go. You're not going to get any of these other layer ones or anything to go unless ETH's going. And you're not going to get ETH to go until fucking Bitcoin goes. That's just how this shit works. It's just one big giant Ponzi. That's it.
We can be better than Ethereum, and we can be different. So money can come here without ETH.
Once you get
don't
green
need ETH.
candles, then all that retail money finds its way in, right? I mean, fucking Hex did a 10,000X. It's never been on a centralized exchange, and it was very hard to get to, and it's very hard to understand because there was somebody who liked to buy that, and we have that same somebody with over 300,000 Ethereum waiting, and that's what we need. That's what we need. But we're not. Why? I'm not going to spend any of my Ethereum. I don't care who I am at fucking $1,400 a coin. It's just not going to happen. It's just not. And this is true too. You're waiting for this. Global liquidity, I mean, it's been on a fucking downward trajectory. We're still on that downward trajectory when you compare it to global liquidity. That catches up next month. You're waiting for money printers. You're waiting for different just market shifts is all it is. And once again, it's M2 lead count. Thanks, Chad. This is very true. I show that chart all the time on here, and that is very true. You're waiting for the M2 money supply to catch up. And it has nothing to do, like, you can make a presentation on something and try to go out there and make this like all these bells and whistles. No one's going to give a fuck at all because there's no green candles. Like, they're going to look at the chart and go, I'm not buying that. Screw you. And it's just how retail works. That's retail.
One more thing before I jump off, because I have to go. I haven't purchased any crypto for about a year. And I'm like, okay, I wanted to buy something or whatever. Man, I was struggling.
I am the most.
I was struggling. I was struggling for like at least, I don't know, like 45 minutes. Like, fuck, which website do I need to go? How do I? And I already done it. So imagine someone who is using AVAX or Solana or whatever, or hasn't used anything but interested in crypto, trying to get on our ecosystem. Me, who already had like farms and things like that, and I hex stakes, didn't know how to start. So imagine that what these guys go through, that they're trying to invest, but they cannot, because I didn't even know where to start. So that's my issue with pushing right now. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. I'm out, and see you next time. All the best.
See you,
we still love you. Someone asked, man, this is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show, bro, man. Corey Geary, come subscribe, smash it hard, okay? We try to do our best to bring the alpha. We try once in a while, and then we get off topic, but yeah.
Pretty sure that's Richard Hart's alt account that's subscribing right now. Seems likely.
Come on, just do it. Happy knew it, man. Well, what else is going on, guys? I got to hop off here in a couple minutes, grab a lunch before I go put my daughter from school. But what else is going on? You got any wisdom for us, Frank? You always do.
All I can say is just all we can really do is just acknowledge what's going on right now. Kind of, like usually when there's not a ton going on, the conversation can drop to, stuff we don't want to really talk about, and but you know what I mean. It's like talking about the weather, etc. Right? So I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think that because the energy that's going on in Pulse Chain right now, it's hard for people to even get on and stream, for people to go on and find stuff to talk about, for people to, I mean, look, Fast, you've got a lot of stuff going on. That's fun. You know, that you talking about that stuff's great.
Good stuff too.
Yeah. So you really got to find things to talk about inside of their, you know, because I think a lot of people are disappointed, which is a human response to be disappointed. I think a lot of us figured
it's easy.
We'd be on our way a little further. I mean, you know, a couple months ago, I was looking at my balances and I was just like, wow, you know, if this does a 10x more, would I be happy? Would I be happy with where I am right now? And I was like, I thought of, you know, like, yeah, I would be, you know, I would do that. So I think people have to, for me, I'm rebalancing my mindset for, if it doesn't happen this cycle, it happens at the next cycle. And if what I've done too is I've reduced my expenses. I've gotten more deeper into the things that I do in fiat to make money. And
there's the key.
Yeah.
I love that. Once again, because I mean, being an entrepreneur, going out there creating value in the world to your fellow community, making fiat from that value and bringing it into crypto, right? That is the key to success throughout this cycle. Like, if your only one thing is like, okay, crypto has to be my one saving grace in life, well, then you're lost already, man. Like, for one, you're not going to keep dollar cost averaging in because you're relying solely on crypto to make your life better. How are you going to keep dollar cost averaging in because you're not providing value anywhere else? Like, you've already lost. And so you have to come from a different perspective. And that's why I always say on this show, if you want 100x your life, you got to 10x the value you bring your community, take that money, put it in crypto, and keep doing that over and over and over again until you get to a place where you don't have to do that anymore. And like some of the OGs are in that place. But like, this is the only way to get through the cycle. And is you have to focus on what you're doing in the external world, you know, out here, not just the virtual world. I mean, now Fast is a little bit different because he's building. Like, he's a builder. He's building on the chain, all these different protocols. But for me, man, I'm just like, I'm creating money in the real world. I focus on my health, and I'm putting that money in the real world back into Pulse Chain on the blockchain, right? I'm bringing it in, and because I know where we're going. But that's I just wanted to kind of elaborate on that, Frank. It's a very good point, and I want to point that out. Everyone's like, well, what's your risk? How do you eliminate your risk? I mean, because I know how to make fucking money in the real world, dude. Like, if I lose my money, I can go out and make another $100,000. I can make another $1 million over the next year or two. Like, I know how to freaking make money in the real world. I don't need crypto to be my saving grace. Now, I would love crypto to be my save. I would love it to do 100x and be like, let's go all buy yachts, of course. But like, I don't need it. That's the difference. So
yeah, and you can make short-term gains in crypto and take them out, and it replaces, you know, whatever income you use. You can do that, and I also think that, I mean, that's, look, you don't want to limit things, right? Because you can. I mean, you could buy a token today and do it, you know, a 10x in the next 3, 4, 5 days and cash out and make money, right? So, and it would supplement what additionally either you want to take out of crypto or you want to keep in crypto. The other thing that I've noticed is I think we're, as a community, kind of muted. And I'll just speak for myself. I'm personally muted because I loved the dopamine hit that I would get from the green candles and from the excitement of things going our way, you know. And when they're not going our way, it can be challenging, you know. And I think you have to look at both sides of that. And we've been in this for so long. I mean, I've been dollar cost averaging for 3 years, probably.
Yeah, me too.
To my fault, I probably started dollar cost averaging too early, you know? And but nevertheless, you are where you are with your bags. And like you said, it's not the amount you put in, it's the amount that you're faced. It's like, whatever your record is right now in football. If you're 10-7, you're a 10-17. You are what your record is. You are what your bags are right now, regardless of how much you put in it. You know.
And I want to point this out. This is a completely, I disagree 120%, and I'll prove it to you. Is there's nothing in crypto that's pumping. In fact, if you look, I show this chart all the time. If you're new to the show, I will just show the chart again. Where is it at? I'm just going to show this one. This proves that you are wrong. It's a secret chart. The secret chart shows that we have been ranging against ETH for the last year and a half, 2 years, basically. Market, put on ETH. Look at this. We have been doing just as good as ETH has been doing since May of 2024. So how can you say that Pulse Chain is a flop? It's not. It's just doing what ETH does. It's going sideways against ETH, but ETH has been sucking. And I would challenge you to go to any other crypto ecosystem, AVAX, Sonic, minus Solana and the meme coin scams cycle that part we had. All of it flopped then. If you're going to say Pulse Chain flopped, all of it flopped, and that's only because where we're at in the cycle. You have to understand cycle theory for your cycle of global liquidity and not make ignorant statements like that. Understand exactly how this shit works and take a step back and put your emotions aside. That's totally it. This chart here tells the full story of Pulse Chain, in my opinion. Period in the story. This is the chart that you need to look at and understand. That's it. And okay, is ETH going to flop out for the rest of the cycle? It could. It always could. Could Bitcoin had been topped out at 109,000? We don't see another high. It could. What probability do you give that? Maybe I give a probability of 5%, 10%. The rest, I still think the cycle is still on track. I still think it's going to catch up to global liquidity, which catches up at the end of this month, and we start seeing bids and all this stuff. So it doesn't matter. I mean, go look at any other crypto ecosystem. I don't give a shit. Go look at AVAX right now, one day at a time. Go pull up the AVAX chart right now and go look at it. I dare you. It's the same shit. It don't matter.
It is. And you know what? I was listening to, I refer back to Token Metrics from time to time, and I usually get on their Wednesday call, and they were not talking about the market itself. They've had a lot of coins that have clunked, that have dumped, and they're all it's all similar to what's going on with Pulse Chain. So these are good tokens. These are fundamentally good tokens that people, good product, and they're all flatlined, and I won't even say flatlined. They're still going down. So it's, and they were highly touted projects, and, and they've gone up and they've gone down. So I would agree with you in the sense that, it isn't just Pulse Chain that's having difficulty right now. There's a lot of tokens out there. Go on CoinGecko and just look to the right and see how many red charts there are.
The only thing that's had a bull run this cycle, period, is obviously Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, went from $15,000 from the FTX collapse a few years ago up to 109,000. So that's a good little run. And then also Solana when it had its meme coin scam run. That's it. Nothing else has ran. Like that is it. I mean, and even us, we've had our little pumps. Like when we had the little pre-Bitcoin halving cycle, all of crypto was kind of a little bit going. Like AVAX did like a 5x, but so did we. We did a 5x. PulseX did a 7x. Inc did a 20x. Like other ecosystems were moving then, and so were we. So we move correlated right along with the rest of the crypto space. We're no different. It's just we have a very passionate community. That's the difference. So I know once shit gets going, this passionate community is going to carry us even further, in my opinion. Once again, not financial advice. I'm just a dude. I can be totally wrong. I can be totally wrong about all this.
Yeah. Well, I even asked my wife if she would come on and say something funny, and she goes, "What? Say something funny? What? I wouldn't even know what to say." And she's like, "That would be kind of funny."
That would be funny. That would be funny. Well, crap, guys, I got to hop off here. Guys, that's 300 you guys watching today. I guess me ranting, getting all emotional brought the viewers. If you guys are first-time watchers, click the like, smash the subscribe. Actually, it looks like, hey, Fast, did you stream this to your Twitter?
I may have, put a clickbait title and streamed it to Twitter.
Oh, appreciate that.
What was the title?
I think it's like Pulse Chain Moon Time or something like that.
And it was all us getting passionate on here. And
hey, you know what? I will say this: I have doubled down on my cooking. I'm in the process of making chili right now. I was underwhelmed by the chili that I got in Texas at one of the best Texas in Austin for one of the best Texas chili places. So I'm going to try to try to make a better one today. So, do things that everybody do stuff you like right now. Like that's my touching grass is cooking stuff or baking stuff.
Yeah, it's a great way to touch grass.
Or, just going to play golf or whatever. And just keep your mind in a good, clear space as much as you can with all the FUD going on.
Yeah.
That's my closing thoughts.
Today felt good though. This was a good vent session. Like this was awesome.
Yeah, there was some steam let out. And, I kind of agree with Norbert in that we can't just sit around to wait for this
100%.
to happen, right? But I think it's going to happen anyway. But we have the power, we have streamers, we have influencers, we have an awesome community that can be terrible when we need it to be. Look at the ratings on Rabby Wallet. How did that happen? And with the builders that we have on Pulse Chain, we can literally push this thing forward, even if RH did a Satoshi tomorrow, which I don't think he's going to do. But there is power here. There is community here. Show me the AVAX community, right? Where are the AVAX
building and promoting like this, right? Like I would love to see that. Even like the Sonic community, I feel like Sonic they have a pretty robust ecosystem. They do a lot of DeFi stuff, a lot of building, but I feel like we are even louder and doing more building than they are. I was big in the Phantom last cycle. That's how I got my introductory to crypto was through the Phantom ecosystem. And so Pulse Chain is just more. There's just more going on here. Yeah, the price sucks, but it sucks everywhere. But it's nice to see that there's more going on here while the price is sucking, because I feel like that will escalate the price when things start moving.
Well, that's the opportunity that's here. There's all this stuff. There's all these people.
That's the opportunity.
Right. And it's such a good deal, right? The value proposition on Pulse Chain is better than any other chain. You have you have almost all the protocols, all the good ones anyway that are on Ethereum on Pulse Chain at deep discounts, right? So pick your poison. You like leverage, okay, we got a GMX fork. You like stable coins, okay, we have 5 native stable coins, right? So it's we have what people want at a discount. Well, not the stable coins. Hopefully, that's not how they're supposed to work. But there are deals to be had.
I'm the mostest with the mostest now.
We have that too. Yeah, that's good. That's an awesome meme.
I love that
right?
meme. I love it because I filled my bag up last week. It's all right, now I'm very biased towards this coin. Shit.
I just made a farm for you. You should check it out. It's I
will. I absolutely.
Both Pump and Pulse.
Okay. Yeah,
and
I will go look.
It's generating fees.
All right. Oh, we got Crypto 7. What's going on, my friend? You're going to be on Maddie later? All right. I'll definitely watch that. I heard he's fighting with people. That's what I heard. I don't know what's going on over there.
It's been dramatic. It's been a dramatic week. It's
been fun, man. I mean, and Pulse Chain just hanging out, dude. We front run the whole entire market. We went down 2 weeks before everything else went down, and we just kind of sat there and hung out. And nope, we already bled out. We're gonna be here and hang out. This is
good. At least everybody's still talking.
Dude, I love this ecosystem, man. I love this community. I love this chain, and you're not gonna push me away. You're not gonna FUD me out of my bags.
For people talking about the right things, that are funny, that are bringing engagement, right now it's Maddie's fighting with Kareem. That's the
I know. I gotta go back and watch the stream. I don't.
I will say this, that, and I'm just, for our mastermind group, it was such a neat, peaceful experience the other night. Everybody talking, and that's when there is chaos going on, there's just a tranquility thing happening in the mastermind group, in just my opinion.
Your mastermind group's always got that vibe though. You go in there and it's just let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about just very calm. And there's never any bickering, I would say, in your mastermind. It's a very good community that you fostered with all like-minded people, in my opinion. So which is what a mastermind is. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, and a lot happens for the community inside that pocket, inside that group. People talk. People. There's a lot happening. I just as an observation. I mean, I look at that and go, wow, these two, found a way to make this happen, or 3 people, they're going and streaming over there now just because they met in the mastermind. I've had people on my stream from your mastermind too.
Like the actuator guys. I met the actuator guy, Bill, through your mastermind. So like I was like, hey,
Man.
come on, let's show your protocol because it's pretty sick.
Yeah. So and that's, you know, as I'm sharing this, I'm thinking to myself, what can any of your listeners do right now, or anybody involved in the community? Be involved. Do something positive. You know, don't get hooked on something that's negative. To go do something positive. You know, behind every complaint is a commitment. So what is your commitment? If you get clear on what your commitment is, then you're gonna get through these times much more peaceful.
It's very true. It's true. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I got to go grab some lunch. Thank you so much, both of you guys, for coming on. Guys, remember, if you want to 10x your portfolio or 100x your life, just go 10x the value you bring to your community. That's what we talked about earlier. That's what Frank had brought up. And I mean, that is such a good point. Like, that's really how you go touch grass. Go out and create a side hustle, become an entrepreneur, or maybe like ask for that raise and work overtime hours if you have to. But I prefer say, hey, go out and create an entrepreneurial type journey for yourself. So that way you can really provide a lot of value to the community, and that value gets paid back through money, fiat. And then you can put that in crypto and 100x your effing life. That's the key, man. That's it. So don't rely on crypto for saving you. You use crypto as leverage. That's it. Use it as leverage to 100x your life off the money you make in the real world. So, guys, on that note, have a good weekend. All you guys go touch some grass. It'd be good. I'm sure fast.
Or make chili.
You're going to make chili? I'm coming over, bro. 480 guys watching. What's that, Fast?
I just bought a new axe. I'm going to chop down a tree this weekend.
Oh, that'll be fun. You're touching some trees. I love it,
touching
dude.
some trees. Killing some
trees. And you need it for wood for your stoves, right?
So that we don't freeze to death in the winter. We got to make a big pile, to feed the stove inside the igloo. Yeah.
I love it. 400 you guys watching today. Make sure to come over and smash the like, hit the subscribe on YouTube. Help my algorithm. We're going to keep bringing the good word. Cryptocurrency is a wealth creation tool, and other real world assets like real estate as wealth preservation, all while not paying taxes. DeFiWealthTrust.com. Guys, peace.